Oh, I forgot to change the... Ah, damn it. I don't know how much of this will be recorded in the archive. I don't know anything. I don't even know if you can hear me. I'm pretty sure you can't, and I'm not sure if any of this is going to be recorded in the archive, but I'm just going to get this set up real quick. Already have the speech rate slowed down, because we're going to be working with the computer today. Well, I don't know how many of you are going to be joining me for this occasion. Maybe it's just going to be me alone, but I'm going to join myself anyway. Okay, let's see here. Here, I think this is what I want. Now it should work. Yes, just need to change my volume. So, cliche music, I know. I don't care. I don't know if you can even hear it through here. I don't know how much of this microphone is picking up, but I'm gonna wait till some people start joining, and then I'm gonna start doing my thing, and by then the music's gonna go away. This is just a little bit of an introduction kind of thing. Okay, so there's actually already one person apparently. Let me... No. Oh, there is. Oh, hi. Okay, I didn't see that until now. So, there are people over here. Well, for only one at this point, but I don't know how does this work? Because I sent out a chat to a specific amount of people, to an electronic game group, which this is not even going to be electronic game related, so it doesn't really matter. But I'm just curious: did you get a notification, or how does this work? I'm just very curious. And also, hopefully my Mac is going to like this much better than my Windows computer, except with the one exception that I'm going to have to use the headphone microphone, which is what you're hearing now. And this is just going to fade and restart, but that doesn't matter. I'm going to wait for a few more minutes, just in case someone else wants to join first. Ew. So unfortunately, I cannot do system audio because my Mac is not connected to my Windows computer. And let's just face it, you wouldn't want me to stream on the Windows computer again, because I was looking back through the archive, and at one point it literally skipped like 5 or 10 seconds of what I was saying completely and just dropped out. That is something I do not like. So instead, I'm going to use my Mac now, from now on. No. Oh, 2 people now. Okay. We're getting somewhere. I'm not sure who that is because they haven't sent a chat yet, but I'm going to wait for a few more minutes just in case. Let's change the music. Let's have this, because I haven't listened to this in full in a really long time. Also, I'm going to have to turn my volume up once I stop doing the music, because I need to focus on this voiceover, not this voiceover, the NVDA through the speakers, as well as voiceover on my Mac, reading comments. Ew. Not nudge. No, nudge. 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 No, nudge. Nudge. No, nudge. If I could make something like this, that would be really cool, but no. This is going to be something much simpler that we're going to be doing. I'm not sure how much time it's going to take. Maybe it's going to be cut short. Maybe I'm going to have to do it again. I'm not sure, but I'm planning on actually doing something. Still nothing else. Oh, and I also need to pay attention to my battery. Nut nut nuts. Nut 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 nuts. Nut nut nuts. Nut 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 no. Ew. Wow, I haven't listened to this in a really long time. Okay, no one really. And I'm pretty sure by this point the archive is also recording. So for anyone who's just gonna miss it, well, that's the way things are gonna have to be. I didn't even know the music lasted for this long. Oh yeah, this part. Is this where it fades out? Yeah, this is where it fades out, isn't it? Once it fades out, I think I'm gonna start because I just want to get this started. And also, I still don't know how much time I have. I don't know if it's gonna be cut short. How much that I've planned I'm gonna be able to do. Now, one thing I could have done was put in a description. I really should have actually done that before I started the stream because there is. Well, you're people who can search Google, right? I mean, it's not that hard to search Google, is it? So you can find the software yourself. It really isn't that hard, but there's a specific set of software that you need, or at least for my setup that I'm going to be using for this. So the title of the stream, sorry, kind of gives it away. Not much though. Let me close this out and actually get ready. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of this. I'm not going to be needing it. And while I'm explaining, I'm going to open Foobar 2000 because that's one of the utilities I'm going to need. Foobar 2000 is a media player, by the way, which is very similar to something like VLC or Windows Media Player or something else, except I have it configured so that it can play a bunch of different file formats, including this one that we're just going to be making. Because what I'm planning on doing right now is showing off the way in which I make the NES remixes on my channel. There are a few videos that I've made of remixes of different tracks, and I've made them all this way. It's basically just a text file which is then saved in a different format and then compiled with a certain program, which can then be played back and converted using Foobar. That's basically the last link in the chain. Foobar is the last piece of software to be used, except not really, because the process is first you need to type it out, save it, or in some cases just append to it if you're editing something you've already started, and then compile it. After that, you basically repeat because you may find errors, you may find that there's something wrong in your code, that kind of stuff. And then finally, once you're done, then you go ahead and listen to it a few times, or at least I do, just to get the feel for it. I usually listen to stuff that's incomplete as well, just in case. And then finally, I tell it to convert into an MP3 and upload it. Because remember, this is a digital file, yeah, but it's not an MP3 yet until you convert it. That is. I'm really wondering how much of this is coming through, and if anyone's actually listening to this, and if the archive is going to get it right. But maybe in the middle way, like in the middle of the stream or something, I'm gonna go back to it and talk about it again, just in case you're missing it. You're missing something, just in case someone joins in the middle of the stream. Still no one. Really? Yeah. There's no one around. Okay. That's a little bit disappointing, but that's okay. So now Foobar is open. What do I have open? Oh, this. Now this is exactly one of those creations that this is my latest creation, and it's not done yet. This is what I'm planning on uploading next. It's it's a surprise, but I'm not sure if anyone could understand what the title was there, but that's going to come later. So for now, I'm going to clear this playlist, and now there's an empty playlist, nothing in it. Let me quickly restart NVDA just in case there's going to be something wrong with the sound devices and stuff. And then we'll make some preparations. Well, not really. We don't actually need to do much. I'm just going to start writing into a text document and then saving it. That's all I'm going to do. So while NVIDIA restarts, I'm going to wait for a little bit. Okay, who's this? There's people around, but I am not sure who that person is. Oh, that's a third person. Okay, hello, welcome. My NVDA is frozen, except this time it's not on the stream side, it's on the computer right here that's just supposed to do it's supposed to do the work for me. Just a minute. It's gonna take a while. It always takes a while. I'm bound to mess something up. Okay. Preliminary. Actually, before I forget, I need to show you the track that I'm gonna be working on, because I'm not planning on making something of my own. I mean, I kind of could, maybe, but the reason why, I mean, not the reason why, but just judging by the fact that this is a text file with a bunch of notes in it, it's not like I just sit down at a keyboard and it's like it's a MIDI thing. No, it's not. So instead, I have to carefully plan out everything, all the notes that I'm going to write. And for that reason, I've chosen a track that's going to be very easy for me to recreate, or at least for me to create the first part of, because then I'm going to turbo, well, not turbo, like make it a little more advanced by the end of it, if I possibly can. So let me show you what I'm talking about. I just downloaded this app, which I used to have on my phone, but since then has been uninstalled. And I tried to get a sample of this music. Unfortunately, due to the fact that I just now got an iPhone 8, I forgot that there's no headphone jack on it, so I kind of can't connect it to my keyboard for use as a line out. So it's kind of broken. But not broken, like, you can't do it. So I'm just gonna do it through the speaker. There's this one track, Adventure to Fate 2 Battle Arena. I'm not sure if anyone remembers this game, but this is the main menu or title screen music that it has. I'm going to wait till it loops. It's a very small loop, like 20 seconds. Here we go. and loop again. So this is all this is. That's literally it. So it's not going to be that hard, I don't think. This is probably going to take a small amount of time, and that's why I chose this track, because I'm sure that I'll be able to do it, or at least partially. Hopefully. Hello, more people. Hello. Maybe I should be standing on this part of the screen. Okay, so we're quite close together. By that I mean, like, I live in Europe, I live in Hungary, so it's quite close. Not by very much, but enough. Okay, why are you kidding me, computer? It's working, it's just that it's not working. By that I mean NVDA is not working. This is very annoying. And thank God I'm not actually streaming on this computer, because it would be frozen like crazy. Did I just press the right keys? I don't think I did. Let me do that again. So we have the track in mind. Now it's time to start building it from the ground up. Let me quickly talk about the way this works. So the chip that we're controlling, the music, basically the different instruments we can use have to do with the chip that we're controlling. In this case, this program converts code for the Nintendo Entertainment System, also known as the Nintendo Famicom. Specifically, I'm just going to be using the main parts of that chip. Don't worry, it's not going to get any more technical than this, or at least I'm hoping not. Basically, all you need to know is it has 5 channels, and I'm going to be using the first 4. Well, maybe only the first 3. It depends. The 5th channel is used for playing back digital sounds, because everything else is just notes, note data. I think I know what's going on. Let me do a series of keystrokes here. I'm gonna wait a few seconds and then press this. Yes, yes, good. Okay, so it wasn't NVDA being frozen, it was just the sound device being all weird. Okay, so I need to turn this up a little bit. So, again, there's 4 channels that I'm going to be working with, possibly only 3. And the first 2 channels are melody channels, square waves that can change their waveform into 4 different forms, although only the first 3 are used very often. The third channel is a triangle wave, which is used for bass notes, and the characteristic of that is the fact that you can't change its volume at all. It's either on or off. I'm going to be using that first. And then the fourth channel is the noise channel, which makes kind of noises. And it depends on which notes that you program it to. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to use that in here, but we'll just have to see. So, let's start doing this, because I'm afraid that I'm running out of time. I'm not sure how much time I'm going to have. Yes, you're correct on that, Anton. The capital of Hungary is Budapest. That is correct. So, let's start doing this. So I'm going to open Notepad, and I'm going to do speak typed characters on. Hopefully you can hear. Can you hear? Can you confirm? I'm gonna stop here, and I'm gonna wait till you confirm this, please. Can you hear? Can you hear, 1, my voice correctly, and 2, NVDA through here, through this distance? Can you hear this clearly? Is it working? I want to know, because I don't constantly want to hold my hand up to the the microphone up to my mouth. I just hope that you can hear me through here. So can you please confirm that? I'm gonna wait for about a minute because I just want to know if you can hear me through here. Nope. Not getting anything. Okay, someone apparently either left or... hello, I'm trying to type text. Okay. It's kind of broken. I can't interact with it. Not even my Mac is capable of handling this, apparently. Oh, God. No, I can't type into the text field. What? Okay, really? I want to write in chat. Why is it not working? I'll get it done eventually. I just... What? Oh, not this again. Okay, is it still broken? Yes. I just wanted to make sure, just in case someone is not able to hear me but can check chat. I just want to make sure, because I don't want to hold the microphone up to my face all the time. I just want to make sure that you can hear me as well as the computer's audio in whatever way it's coming through. I'm gonna wait for a few more minutes because I just want to. I want to get a confirmation of if this is working or not, because I don't want to have a stream where literally no one can pay attention because it's not working correctly. Can someone tell me if it's working or not? If you can hear me as well as NVDA adequately enough. Oh my God, I've been going for over 20 minutes and haven't even started working on anything. You know what? I've been going for such a long time that I'm just gonna start doing this because this is gonna get out of hand. For anyone who's interested, I'm going to put a link to the description of the archive video for a guide that has all the different program codes and stuff that you can use, but I'm going to try to explain everything as I go. So first we need to write the preliminary information of the track, what its title is, who made it, and what channels we're going to be using. So to do that, I'm going to write a number sign, capital title, speak type words off, and I'm going to write main menu, number, composer, from adventure to fate, battle arena, and programmer, which usually doesn't show and it only needs one M. That's not a typo. I'm just going to write Nodge because I always do that. So we have the name and the artist, which is going to be read by Fubar 2000, and we have the programmer. Now I'm not going to write comments, but you can do comments by at the beginning or at the end of a line by typing a semicolon and then anything you want. In this case, I'm not going to bother with that because it's going to make it even harder. So, first, I'm not going to set up any macros at all. By the way, the abbreviation of the file type, MML, actually stands for Music Macro Language. Macros are, well, you'll see what they do in a minute, but for now, I'm just going to write... Capitals is a very important part here. A, B, C, D, E means I'm going to enable every single channel, even though I'm not going to be writing to any of those, or some of those, as well as tempo 120, tempo of 120 BPM. I think that's going to be fine. I'm guessing that's default, but it doesn't matter. Every time you prefix a line with the channels, it always only writes to those specific channels. In this case, it wrote to all the channels at the same time, telling them what the tempo is. So now, all I'm going to do for now is just write one simple loop that we can refer to, that we can add on to. For this, I'm going to be using channel C, which is the triangle wave, the bass note, or the bass instrument, as it were. I'm going to go for length 8. Now, for those who don't know how musical notation works, basically, if you were to do a metronome, if you tap the tempo like 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, if you were to do that, anytime that number changes, that is a fourth note, and in between there's stuff like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and even higher. And there's lower, if you were to go only 1 and 2, you can do that as well. There's different note lengths, so in this case, I'm setting my length with the L command to 8. This means every note I'm going to write at this point is going to be length 8 unless stated otherwise. So, for example, if I were to write something and put a 16 after it, no matter what the length is, it's going to make that a length 16 note. So I'm going to leave it at 8 for now. I'm going to set the octave to 3 with an O. And that's all we need. Now, one last thing we do need, just for demonstration purposes, is to write a capital L, different from the lowercase l, which is going to loop indefinitely. Loop the track forever. Now, this piece is in D sharp minor, so I'm going to have to sing a little bit to find the notes that I'm looking for, but I'm going to start writing these notes. Every note is going to be an 1/8 note long, and I'm just going to write a few. And that's going to come out as a little bit of a melody that you can hear. I'm not sure if I wrote the octave wrong. I'm going to set the octave to 4 instead, actually. And I'm going to start writing. So we start with plus indicates a sharp, so that is a D sharp. Nudge, 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 nudge. Now to change octaves up or down, you write a less than or a greater than. That was the wrong sign. Less. Nudge. That is an A sharp, and back to D sharp. Nudge, no, nudge. That's an F sharp. Nudge. That is an F. Nudge. Back to less. A sharp. Nudge. 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 Wait, what? Nudge. 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 That is a G. And F sharp again. D plus or D sharp. Nudge. Let me see. That is A, D, G, F, 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 and back to D, less A, greater D, F, F, A, F, G, F, G, A, G, F, F, nudge. That is just a D and an F. So I wrote a bunch of notes. I'm going to end that with a new line, even though I probably shouldn't. And this is just going to make a very short loop that I can then add on to. So let's save this and hear it. Let's save it into, let's see, Dropbox ppm/songs/ change type to all files so that I can make the extension MML. I'm going to call it battle_arena.mml. So, check messages. Nothing. No one is either no one's interested or no one is here. Okay. Seems like not many people are interested. Doesn't matter. I'm going to do it anyway. Wait, what? More comments below. Are you kidding me? Do I have to click? Have you guys been messaging me all this time and I couldn't see it? No, actually, there are none. Or at least not that I can see. I'm not sure when you sent this, but Anton, what application am I using? For now, all I did was use Notepad to write a simple text file. And now I'm going to use the command prompt to call up an application which is going to convert that into an NSF file, which is then going to be able to be played using Foobar 2000, which is the media player I'm going to be using. So to do that, I'm going to type CMD into the command prompt and move over to Dropbox / ppmck / what the hell? So I just moved into the directory where the file is stored. There's a bat file that I can run called mknsf, which is going to convert anything that I write into NSF format. So MKNSF space Battle Arena. Now I'm going to. Oh, is there something wrong? Oh, I think I broke something. Okay, let's fix that. So you need to know this. The app itself, the command line app, is in Japanese. So if you hear a bunch of random gibberish, that's why. The only thing that is in English is the word error and the line number. Everything else is in Japanese, and I can't understand it because the characters are not loaded properly. So let me fix that. What did I mess up? Oh, I didn't need a space. Okay, let's save it and do it again. Okay, so it just compiled. The fact that it says pass 1 and pass 2, that means it's done, or it's almost done. Now I'm going to bring up foobar 2000, and I'm going to ask it to open this file that we just made, which is not going to be much. It's a very short little loop that I just created, hopefully with the right notes. Maybe there's something wrong with it. There's always stuff wrong with it. Almost every time I make something, it breaks in some way. Let's see. Oh, wrong octave. Still wrong octave. Okay, let's fix that. Before I do anything, let's fix that. Wrong octave. So we don't want octave 4, we need octave 5. Save. Recompile. That means that is the amount of space that is left on the file. Well, you'll see. Actually, don't even pay attention to that. Let's stop and replay it and see if I got all the notes right. Okay, and that's all this is. It's just going to keep looping this forever. So I got that right, at least. Now, this is going to serve as a baseline for everything else that we're going to be doing. So there's that. We got that done. Now, let's start adding some other stuff. This is annoying. You know what? I'm going to... Oh god, this is going to be a mess. Let me see. This is probably going to be a complete mess, but I'm going to do it anyway. I'm going to have one ear connected to this headphones and one ear connected to this headphones so I can read chat through my phone. If I can do that. Let's see. Just a minute. Okay, good. Of course you can hear me, Mr. Nodge. Thank you. And now I'm hearing myself. So what I'm going to do is mute this. At least now I know that I can actually be heard, and now I can monitor myself. That is good. So let's continue. Let's add a melody track. Now this is going to sound harsh at first because I'm not going to use any macros or anything, but I'm going to do it. So let's add channel A. Channel A's A and B are square wave channels, meaning they can change their waveform a little bit. First, I'm going to start with a waveform at 2. And I'm going to go for octave 6. Length, I'm not actually sure. I'm going to go for L4, but there are some exceptions. And what else do we need? Oh, we need a volume variable for this one. The volume of everything besides channel C can be changed. So this one I'm going to go for volume number, let's go volume 10. It goes between 0 and 15, by the way. So let's do start D plus 2. No. 4 dot. What a dot does is basically add a, it's basically 1.5 times the length that you just entered. Oh wait, never mind. I didn't even need a 4 because the length is 4, so just dot. And then D plus 8 F D D less A. Wait a minute, I just forgot something. I need to wait for the loop to finish once. How many how many of that is that? I think that's 4 whole note rests. So what I'm going to do is do a left bracket R1, right bracket 4. What that is it assigned a rest meaning complete silence for one whole note, and I put them in brackets and put a 4 after it. That means loop that section 4 times. So now we have 4 whole notes of silence before this channel starts doing anything. And then I'm going to do a loop on this one as well for now, and we're going to cancel that later. So we have nudge, 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 nudge. That's 2 nudge, not, not, nudge, nudge, nudge. Okay, so this may sound harsh for now, but we're going to fix that right away. We're going to make that a lot better afterward. And then we can add a third channel. So for now, we have channels A and C. So first, you're going to hear only channel C for the first loop, and then after that, after the rests are gone, channel A is going to kick in and write its own, play its own thing. Hopefully I didn't make any errors. Let's find out. Go back to the command prompt, press enter on the last command, which is going to in turn compile the thing, and let's see what it sounds like. Oh, that was not supposed to happen. Ouch. I think I messed something up. Let me fix that. Nudge.
F plus G plus duo 6L4 B A plus C greater C plus A.
Why did I write an A? I meant to write a D. Let's hope that fixed it. Let's do it again. So as you could clearly hear, it sounds very bland right now. It sounds very sounds a little weird. So yeah. Sounds a little weird right now. There's something missing, don't you think? Checking messages. Nothing. That's annoying, but has to be expected. So let's change that, because this sounds very annoying. I think you agree, or I think those watching the archive agree, because those watching the live stream don't really seem to care. So let's fix that. To do that, I'm going to write a macro. Not exactly sure where the macro is supposed to be placed. I don't remember. I haven't done this in a month. So let's make an empty line over here before the tempo and write the macro there. This macro is going to be a volume macro, which is going to change the volume as the note plays into certain levels, and it changes over time. So I'm going to write at v1 space equals left brace. Where's the brace? Here's the brace. And I'm going to go start with 9 and decay right 9 8 8 7 7 6 6 5 4 3. Maybe I wrote a little too many 9s at the beginning. Let's have that many. And don't forget to close it off with a right brace. And now let's add that. Instead of v10, I'm going to write at v1, which is the macro we just now made. It's the name of the macro that we just made. I mean, you could do at v0 as well. You could make a macro starting from 0, but I don't know why I just like starting from the number 1. And after that, I'm going to show you what all the different waveforms sound like. There's 3 of them that you can use, and I'm going to settle on one of them. I think I'm going to change it, but for now I'm going to stay on the one I have, which is the middle one, at 2. Wait, no, there's an at 1, there's an at 0. So never mind, it's the last one of the 3. So let's compile and see what it sounds like now. A little too loud. So let's fix that. I'm going to let it fade all the way to 1, which is the lowest level. MML. Much better. And that's all we have for now. Check messages. Nothing. So, now, question is, what do I do now? Oh, let's change the waveform. I'm going to change the waveform to... I mean, I could make it more complex, but for now, I'm just going to change it to a single waveform. So, instead of at 2, I'm going to do at 1 and see what that sounds like. It's probably going to sound out of place for now, but I think I'm going to leave it that way just because I want it that way. Let's see. Okay. That sounds okay for now. Now, I don't really agree with the way this how high you need to get in order to get all the, like, how close all the notes need to be. It's like, I don't really know. Maybe I'm gonna change the volume of this track later, but now let's make the third track. To do that, however, I need to change some of the code, because you see, the original the original track has this split where it stops halfway through the two loops and then loops, which means I need to put that in. To do that, I need to first get rid of the loop sign for both of the tracks that we've made so far, and then I need to copy one part of them twice, and then copy the half of it and then it should work. So let's quickly do that, and then also let's make the third channel, which is channel B. So first, that's okay. I'm gonna add the loop later. For now, it's going to be omitted. So I'm going to write a left bracket here. I'm also going to copy a certain part of this. And I'm going to copy this. And I'm going to put a right bracket here and 2. So loop this twice, and then also do this once. Actually, now that I think about it, I am gonna put the loop thing back in. I just need to. So never mind. I just need to put it somewhere else. So I'm gonna put it here. Start from the very beginning. Now, channel C also needs a little bit of reorganization here. I'm going to. Loop, okay, that's in the right place. I'm going to put a left bracket here, copy the half of it. I think that's all. Copy, and go to the very end. Right bracket, 2, and paste. So now let's make channel B. To this, I'm going to make a volume macro right away, independent from the first macro we made. So let's go at v2 equals. This is going to be a flute, so I'm going to start low and go a little high. 2, 6, 10, 12. And I'm going to leave it at 6. So channel B, I'm going to use at 2, at V2, which is the volume that we just set. Octave 6. Length, I'm not actually sure. It's all over the place. Let's go length 8. And let's see. We do a. Oh, we need to do all the rests first. So loop here, rest, left bracket R1, right bracket 8. because it comes in one loop after it comes in. So first, the only thing you hear is the triangle wave, and then the second channel joins in, and finally the third channel joins in. So I just put in a rest for 8 whole notes before this channel starts playing. So we have A plus 2 dot, which is going to make a 2.5. It's going to make a 2 and then a 4 right after it. Nudge. That is 8. So I don't need to write anything. F plus nudge. That's 4. Nudge, nudge, nudge. Let's see. Nudge. 2 dot D16, D16 plus 16. So that's going to make it nudge. Nudge. Same thing here. Nudge. Nudge.
D plus 16 F 16
Nudge.
2 dot
Nudge.
F 16 F plus 16
Nudge.
4
Nudge.
F 4.
And finally, this next part, which goes nudge, 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 nudge. Let's make a little twist here. Nudge, nudge.
The battery has discharged to 50%.
A plus greater.
And we're done. So, I'm pretty sure I must have made some kind of errors along the way, but let's see what this sounds like. Now we have channels 1, 2, and 3. And it didn't give me any errors. Let's see if there's any errors in the playback. Here we go. You can hear the first part that's almost complete. Oh, I must have messed something. Oh, God. I think I know what that was. Let me fix that real quick. I put in a bunch of 2s, but they were really supposed to be 4s instead. Oh, no. So now the timing's all broken. Let me fix that. It's a 4. That's a 4. That's a 4. And that's fine, I think. See what I mean? You mess something up and then you have to find it out for yourself first. And still no messages. Yay. Okay, let's listen to it again and see what it sounds like now. And there we go. My loop works perfectly. Everything joins in whenever it needs to, and everything works as expected. So now this is where it gets very hard for me to do, because I'm planning on doing some kind of mashup or something to this, where I'm going to clear all the loop points, and I'm going to start from this next point that I'm going to be making, except I'm still not sure how I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to leave channel C alone. That is fine for what it is. And I'm going to use, let's see, I'm going to add some drums, if I possibly can do that. And I'm also going to have channel B accompany channel A, but that also means let's start building something. First, I'm going to remove all the loop points except for the ones, wait, I can't do that because, okay, no, never mind. I'm just going to make a noise channel first. Except I don't remember what I used for the drums. Let me quickly open up another one of my MMLs and remind myself what notes they were. Let's see which one. Let's do this. Oh yeah, Q. I forgot about that. Okay. Okay, so it's so -1 and A and G, and then I think it's something like D for the higher notes. Okay, let's have that. So I have A, B, and C. Now let's add channel D, which is the noise channel. So let's go for, oh god, I'm trying to, this is very hard. Let's go for O0 first. And let's make a R. Left bracket R1. Oh, let's have L8 before I forget. Let's do that 11 times, and then R2, and enough time for me to have a reverse cymbal kind of effect, because I wanted to start with a kind of like that. So to do that, I'm going to make a volume macro, another one, V3, left brace, 0, 0, 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. So we use this once. with the frequency of, let's say, A on octave 0. The way this works is very weird. Trust me. Octave 0A is understandably higher than octave minus 1A, but it's weird because octave minus 1, if you go either have something like C, D, E, F, maybe even G, no, not G, but I think C, D, E, and F, they all go very, very, very high. So it's very weird, but suffice it to say, I'm just going to have an A here. A2. And from here is where we start the loop. I'm going to write a simple simple macro here for V4. So V4, another macro that we're going to be using. For this, I'm going to go start with 12. All the way up to 0. So, let's start making the beat. Oh, before I forget, O minus 1. I'm going to have to copy some of this after a while because remember, it needs to be done. Oh wait, never mind. I can just write a separate one because I'm going to be using stuff like fills and stuff. So let's make a beat. Which one is which again? The way I do this is for the bass and the hi-hat, the kick drum and the hi-hat, I have to use Q. Q is a letter, or is the code for quantize. Basically, what that means is it changes how much of the note is actually played, but it doesn't skip to the next note. It's not like if you were to enter a note that has a length of a certain length, because it still plays the length of the note. It's just that the rest of it is silent. So in this case, for the bass drum or the kick drum and the hi-hat, I'm going to do Q2. I'm going to write A, D, Q8, G, Q2, A, D, Q2. Wait, no. Q8, G, Q2, D, and again. Wait a minute, I forgot something. Let's replace the first. Let's replace that with a. Oh, I need to make another volume macro. Ah, god damn it. Because the problem is. Wait, never mind. Can I just use. This is going to sound weird, but I'm just going to put in at V1 here. See what that sounds like, and I'm just going to do a D4 at V4 Q2. Wait, no, I actually don't need a Q2 because this already goes to Q8. Okay, so where was I? Okay, I have all the way up to a symbol and a. Okay, now let's do it. Let's do the rest. Again, A, D, Q8. Wait a minute. I just now realized, was I doing... No, I was... Oh, I just now realized I need to put a greater than before any of those snare drums because they won't sound right otherwise, and a less than before. I mean after. So let's do that. Greater G less. Where was I? Oh. And I'm just going to write a full D with Q8, which is going to symbolize a kind of open hi-hat. And back to Q2, and right bracket, 2. Okay, so we have most of the beat done. Now, let's make a whole new beat for the very last part. So I'm going to start with the symbol again. So Q8 at V1. What did I use for it again? Oh, it was just a D. Okay, so let's do something like this. At V4, back to normal drums, drum envelope, and greater G. Let's make a loop inside of a. Wait, no, there is no loop. Okay, let's just make a loop. Let's I just made it go. I'm just gonna make that go 3 times because I just wanted to do the symbol and then that 3 times. It's very useful because you don't need to type it all over again. And then let's do symbol again, which is greater G less. Less length. Left length. Q2 space. A space. Q8 space. Greater. G. Let's go. Less. Q2 space. Let's go hyper. Let's make it go or something like that. To do that, I'm going to switch over to L16. And I'm going to switch to Q4. I'm going to do 2 bass drums like that. And let's do G. 4. Loop that 4 times because I don't want to just press G because that'd be stupid. And then go back to Q2. I'm not sure if I put a loop point in any of that, but I think I did. So with some luck, I am going to hear something coming out of the noise channel, and then I'm going to start working on.
The battery has discharged, so 40%.
I'm going to start working on the other 2 channels, the A and B, that are going to sound a little different. I specifically want to use vibrato macros and pitch macros. I want to make it sound cool in one way or another. So let's save this. And let's. Okay, no problems yet. Let's see what it sounds like. By the way, Foobar 2000 has global keyboard shortcuts, so I can use the play command, for example, from anywhere. stop and play. This is gonna be quite painful to listen to, I think, but let's find out. Wrong part of the music. Oh my god.
Songs icon 3 of 7. Songs icon 3 of 7. Bangalore.
I need to put in. Oh, I forgot. Jam it. Okay. It's not. It's not 11. It's 13. And I definitely just messed something up because it was not supposed to go like that. Let's see. What did I mess up? Oh, that. Greater and less. That's what I messed up. Because you need to do that, because if not, it's going to go very low frequency like you just heard there. It went, but I wanted to go, if that makes sense. Let's do it again. I can skip through, but I'm not going to do that just because, you know, someone's tuning in for the first time, for someone who doesn't remember, you know, that kind of stuff. Let's see if it sounds better this time. Sometimes it's a nightmare adjusting all these things and getting them to work. Here we go. What the hell? Okay, what? I don't understand. Oh, I think I know. Yeah. I do know. First of all, this symbol sounds very bad. Maybe I can fix that. Second of all, let's change that to a B. And then let's see. Yeah, I think I get what happened. So let's make a macro for this, because this symbol sounds like it sounds very terrible. So let's make a V5. You can make as many of these as you want. There's almost no limit to how many of these you can make. So V5, start from 12 and go. So instead of at V1, I'm going to do at V5. And instead of 2, I'm going to do 4. Reason being that I forgot that I only did, I timed it wrong. So yeah, now I'm going to do 4. Maybe I need even more of them. We'll see. I just want to see if the reverse symbol and the normal symbol now sound good enough. Now you could hear it say 4K, 4K instead of 3K, 5K. That's because we've added to it. Still no chats. Okay, let's do it. No, still broken. Why? I swear. Oh. Oh, wait, what? Okay, I don't understand.
Space AL space 0 O 0 space L A space R 1 right 1 3 star 2 space add V 3 space greater B 2 less space less 2 B greater.
Did I put in the graders for a? Was that a bad idea? I can't really tell.
Space 3,
Let's
space
change
3,
the B.
2 B,
Let's just
2,
change it
B,
to an F
F.
and see if that changes anything.
C, A, space,
I just want it to sound normal for once.
next
I don't
part.
want it to go. Let's skim through. There we go. Oh, there's something wrong there. Let me fix that.
F2 space L.
I think I know what it is. Let me fix that.
Add equals O and 1 split add equals add equals 6 Q A split less Q 2 A Q A split G less Q 2 split D Q A split G less Q 2 A.
Oh, before I forget, I forgot to change the at V1s to at V5s. Let's do that as well. So change. Let's get rid of that because we won't need it.
Greater space greater G less D space right 4 space Q 8 space add V1 space D2 space add V add 2 D space 1 space 1 5 space D2 add V plus left G left U 2 space A space Q A right 3 space add V1 space Q space 1 5 space Q.
Okay.
Render C space K.
That should be fixed now.
Next year. 4K.
So it's very simple, and I think we need more. Actually, we need to put in more of those because there's let's instead of 4, let's do 6 because I forgot. So instead of that, it's gonna be 6. And then finally, let's see if that actually worked well enough at the very end. See if there's any problems with that. Oh, that didn't work at all. Ah, the timing went all weird. Oh, no wonder why. That was not a D2, that was a D4. Why do I keep thinking, That's not a D2, it's a D4. Okay, edit those. Here we go. It's starting to sound a little bit better now. Here we go. There we go. It's not the best thing in the world, but it does work for demonstration purposes at least. And I don't even know if I'm still alive. Yes, I am. And apparently there's still people watching, but I'm not getting any messages. Anyway, there's probably a few people who are going to catch this in the archive anyway. It doesn't matter if they catch it then or now. So, what else do I need to do? I mean, I could mess around with the noise track, but I kind of want to do something else. I want to start working on channels A and B at this point. But for that, I'm going to need to change the loop point for both of them. I'm trying to find. I'm trying to devise a little plan here of how I'm going to do this.
2012.
And to be honest, I'm not sure if I have enough time. Because you've seen the track evolve as much as much as it is now. You know what? I'm just gonna play it one final time, and I think I'm gonna wrap it up here because I'm not 100% sure. Maybe I'll complete it later. I don't know. I don't think many people are either. They are not interested, or I don't know. But at least I started this. One thing that I am going to do, I guess, at the very end of the stream, for those who are still going to be watching, or for those who are going to watch the end of the archive, I am going to play the the unfinished creation that I've started back at the end of April, right when I released the Crazy Party deck builder, now known as the Super NES Classic main menu music remix. I started working on this, and I'm just going to leave it as a mystery as to what it is. But for those who've played the video games, that one video game, I mean, you already know. But I'm gonna play that next. But first, let's listen to our creation one more time. Magyarjövök. Streamelek. Oh, I just messed that part up. Oh no, there's something wrong with that. What happened to it?
MML jet bang.
There's something wrong with that. Let me see.
C. Spell A. O. Stay L. Stay left D. Plus let A. Plus D. Plus F. Let A. Plus F.
Yeah, yeah,
Plus D.
yeah.
Plus G. Plus F. Plus F. Plus D. Plus let A. Plus D. Plus F. Plus F. Plus A. Plus greater. F. G. Plus F. Plus G. Plus A. Plus G. Plus F. Plus F. D. F. Right 2 space D.
And then what?
Plus A. Plus A. Plus greater D. Plus F. Plus F. Plus A. Plus greater F. G. Plus F. Plus D. Plus A. Plus D. Plus G. Plus F. Plus F. F. Plus F. D space.
And what's wrong with that? I don't understand. Why I just played that twice. Because listen. It's not supposed to do that. What happened to it? I don't understand. Whatever, I'm gonna fix it later. Let's just play this and oh, there were not enough characters on the line to fit it onto the screen. Anyway, let's play this track that I'm working on. And I'm hoping to release it at some point. I haven't worked on it since the end of May, so I'm gonna have to go back and work on it again. But it's definitely not complete yet. There's still a lot to be done. But this is the first NSF file that is over 8 kilobytes long. But for those who know what it is, good for you. For those who don't know, just stick with it. Never mind. Let's play it. Here we go. And that last samba whistle thing that I put in is supposed to be a clue to what's going to come next. By the way I achieve that is with another macro that I haven't shown off here called a note macro, which basically changes rapidly between notes. There's also vibrato macros, which are used very extensively in this creation, and pitch macros, which are not. Basically, they go ew or kind of like that. And there's a few more tracks to be added, but for those who know what this is, good for you. For those who don't know, I'm glad that you've listened to it, because I don't know why, I just wanted to share this. So, I'm not sure if any of you have found this interesting, or if anyone even cares. I don't care, to be honest. I just wanted to have a little bit of fun, and I got that. So, yeah. It was fun while it lasted, and I'm probably going to fix this sooner or later at some point. And with that, I'm going to sign off, because there's a few more things I need to do. So, for those who've stayed on, thanks for sticking with me, even though I have no idea what your thoughts are, because there's no messages at all. But yeah, I guess I'll see you guys at some point later.
I'm also anybody was not. Okay, I'm also in chat and here no 2 items. Live chat mode, send feedback button. And share button. Share.
Where the hell?
Roll. 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 Mute button. Share button. Share. Mute button. Roll. Mute. Share. Share. End screen button. Press end screen button. Are you sure you want to end button?
Buenas noches.